All right, I'm on hole number 3 of the Silver State Tournament. I'm in the opening round of the Rookie Division. I'm in my 99 account, so I got some low-level clubs, nothing but level Tour 4. I got a couple Tour 5s in the Golden Shot. I've got a few of them, and I got a Guardian this week, so that's huge. Huge. And as a matter of fact, it's so huge, I just forgot it on hole number 2, and I used the Viper when I could have used the Guardian. I don't know what I was thinking. Next time I go through there, I'll use my Guardian. That way I can do a little bit more backspin. All right, hole number 3. Hole number 3 is going to be, okay, here's the deal. And you can do this with a level 6 extra mile. You can bounce over to here with the Titan. Use the wind. Don't take any wind out. Use the wind. Max overpower shot, and you're going straight, and you're trying to roll out into this. And you have a beautiful long iron. It's either going to be your minimum long iron or your maximum short iron, depending where you're at. Okay, that's awesome. Here's the downside. If you got upper developed clubs and you end up in the rough out here, okay, you're in this spot right here, and this is a long iron shot. So your red line, you know, you're in your minimum long iron. So your long iron hits 120, 125. So, you know, you could get out to this area right here. So if you're in this and you got a Nirvana with this distance gap, you're going to be able to get over here and get on because you got a club that'll hit 129, over 120. But if you've got lower developed clubs and you've got a rough iron that only hits 100 yards and you're in the rough right here and you didn't make it through it, guess what? You're in big trouble. You're probably going to have to lay up out here because you're not even going to be able to get over here. If you could get over here, you could try a max overpower hook shot and try and get on. But you're not even going to have that option. Your option is going to be to go right here. And then you're going to have to chip it on from there. And you just risk your eagle for a chance at a better Albie shot. And so if you've got upper developed clubs, this is a no-risk scenario trying to get out here because you can get back on because you've got a Spitfire, you've got a Nirvana, you've got clubs that can get you out of trouble. But if you've got lower developed clubs, you can't. This is too risky. You're actually risking your eagle. And this is a pretty easy hole to get an eagle on. So if you've got lower developed clubs, this side over here is the way to go. And these trees that are out here, which weren't in this hole when it originally came out, but these trees that are right here are definitely in play. So if you land here where the black dot's at, and you're coming at it like this, you're going to need to move the ball a little bit to the right. There's a good chance that you may have to put a little bit of curl on it. Now, you may be able to hit it straight in depending on where you're at, but it's going to be a very long shot, and you're going to want to have your big dog. And if you try and put in, like, if you have to move it a little bit, then you take the risk of clipping these trees. So you want to get past the trees, or you want to get right behind the trees, because then when you put on that curl to bring it around, you can clear the trees. So thinking about how you're hitting here. This is one of those types of holes where at the end of your run, you're going through the narrowest part of this entire fairway. I mean, look at the whole fairway here. The narrowest part is at the end of your run. So if you're using an extra mile, your first bounce is here, your second bounce is here. So your first bounce, if you're perfect, you go through the gap. If you hit it great to the left, the first bounce is going to be okay. The second bounce is going to be okay. The third bounce is going to be right here, and you can't get on from there. Okay? If you hit it great to the right, your first bounce is here, it's okay. Your second bounce is okay. Your third bounce is right here in the rough, and you probably can't make it on from there. So if you're trying to get out through this hole, you're taking a big risk that you can't. Once again, we're in the same situation that we were in over here. You don't have the clubs to recover from these errors. So the best bet is to bring your most accurate club, which is going to be your QB. If, like, once you get to Tour 4, the QB is a great club to get, and you want to stay in Tour 4 until you get that QB up to like level 6. And you'll get it up there really quick because common cards, you get cards for them all the time. But at level 6, you're not going to have a lot of topspin, so you're more than likely going to end up out here, and then you're definitely going to need your big dog. And you're going to have to hit it straight because those trees are going to be in the way. So that's kind of where I'm at with this account, is that it's an easy eagle as long as you don't end up in the rough. So I'm going to take my QB, and I'm going to have to take a big dog because the big dog is going to get me over there. And I may be able to get in the right spot where I could take I could use a Viper, but the whole deal here when you've got lower developed clubs is an Albie would be awesome, but the eagle is what's important. You have to get an eagle on this par 5. So I'm going to I got these Titans and I've been hoarding my Titans for holes just like this. And I'm not bringing the Titan necessarily for the first shot here. I'm bringing the Titan for the second shot because I want to make sure that I've got everything I need to get over to the other side. I'm bringing a big dog because there is a good chance that I'm going to need it, and I'm going to help that big dog by bringing a 3-power ball. And I don't want to do anything strange. I don't want to do any big overpower. I'm just going to try and get out there in the middle of that fairway. And I'm going to be able to use the wind to my advantage. The wind's going straight down the fairway, and I'm looking straight down the fairway. And I'm going to stay as far away from that rough as I can. And I'm going to put just a little teeny bit of curl, and I'm going to put just enough overpower that I'm rubbing up against the nub down there, but I'm not making the needle go any faster. And hit it perfect. And rubbing up against the nubs like that is 1 ring, so that's 1 ring of power. And I should be pretty much right behind the trays. Now I have a straight in shot. And I've got that biggest club in my bag to get it done, and I brought that biggest ball that I have in my bag for just for your normal balls, unless you bought some 4 or some 5-power balls. Now with your extra mile, look at how much farther you can get up there with your extra mile. And they're checking out the overpower, and they've got the wind going with them. So hey, this is a great shot right here. You hit that with overpower, and you get up in there. If you brought a Goliath, you're in long iron range. Or you're in the rough and now you're sunk. Okay, and the whole goal on this hole is eagle. Okay, so I have eagle, and now I gave myself this Albie shot. Is this the best Albie shot in the world? No, but it's a whole lot better than getting and they may be able to, on that particular side, they may be able to get up there. Okay, this club is big dog, 2.5 per ring, and I'm in kind of mid club, so I'm gonna count that as a full 3-ring pool. Or excuse me, I'm gonna count that 1 ring as 3 miles per hour, so it's a 1-ring pool. Hitting it great to the left. And to be honest with you, my chances of getting this in the hole are pretty much 0. But my goal is to get up here and give myself a putt so that I can get my eagle. And I gave myself a look at Albie. It wasn't a really good look, but it was a look. And look at where my opponent is. They went for it. They got all that stuff. They've got the same rough iron that I have in my bag, and they can't get over there now. So their best bet right here is to lay up out here and give themselves the best straight in shot that they can. Try and get as much distance to the hole, but absolutely positively stay in the fairway. You see it all the time where people hit from the rough and then they end up in the rough. They hit from the sand and they end up in the sand. So it's very important to put yourself, and I would definitely not do any overpower. I would just put myself in the fairway and give myself an opportunity with my great clubs to get that shot back. And I think they're going to be all right. The whole goal on this hole is eagle. Don't put your eagle at risk trying to go for the Albie. And that shot over on that side is a low percentage Albie to begin with. Hitting it perfect. Eagle. That was the goal going to this hole. My goal was to go to this hole and get an eagle and give myself a shot at Albie. And I accomplished both of those. I missed the Albie shot. I got the eagle. I got home. And if my opponent was going to go that hard for it and they wanted to do a max overpower shot, they should have went to the right. And if they hit that perfect, it's going to end up short. I'm going to be really surprised if that goes in the hole, no matter what they do. Wow. surprised that went that long. But then again, I'm not used to playing with clubs that don't have ball guide. A ball guide is the one thing that I miss. I couldn't care the power, the accuracy, all the rest of that stuff. You can adjust for that, but the ball guide is what I miss the most between low level clubs and upper level clubs. All the rest of that stuff is just a bonus, but the ball guide is what really separates higher developed clubs from lower developed clubs. All right, that was hole number 3 of the Silver State Tournament and the opening round of the Rookie Division. Thanks for watching.